Hey, how's your heart today? I keep quiet because my mind is already loud enough. In every crowded room, there are always the voices that rise above the rest. People laughing loudly, talking endlessly, telling stories as if silence itself is a crime. And then, there's someone else, sitting quietly in the corner. They smile occasionally, nod at the right times, but never try to take the spotlight. They are the quiet ones, and too often, their silence is misunderstood. I keep quiet because my mind is already loud enough. Silence doesn't always mean emptiness. For many of us, silence means our minds are overflowing. Thoughts run like rivers, endless, unfiltered, sometimes chaotic. So when the world expects us to add more noise, we hesitate because inside, it's already deafening. People often ask questions that cut deeper than they realize. Why don't you talk more? Are you shy? Are you antisocial? You seem cold. Are you upset about something? The quiet person smiles. Maybe they shake their head. Maybe they give a short answer. But deep inside, there's a storm of feelings, frustration, discomfort, even exhaustion. Why is it that being quiet is treated as abnormal? Why do we live in a world where talking more is always seen as better? We're taught to admire extroversion, to speak up, to perform, to constantly express ourselves. And yes, there is beauty in expression, but there is also beauty in restraint. The quiet ones are not empty shells. They are listeners, observers, thinkers. And when they finally speak, their words carry weight. I keep quiet because my mind is already loud enough. Inside, I'm having endless conversations with myself, rethinking past mistakes, playing out future possibilities, analyzing the smallest details. The noise inside my head is constant, louder than any party, busier than any crowded street. So when I choose silence, it's not because I have nothing to say, it's because I already said too much to myself. Some people mistake quietness for sadness. Others call it depression. And yes, sometimes silence can be heavy, but more often it is simply a way of surviving. In a world that never stops demanding more, when society pressures you to always be present, always be loud, always perform, sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is to step back into quiet. But make no mistake, being quiet does not mean being weak. It does not mean being empty, and it definitely does not mean being invisible. Quiet people notice everything, the words unsaid, the glances exchanged, the emotions hidden beneath laughter. They see what others overlook, and sometimes, they carry burdens too heavy to share. So why should silence be judged? Why should the value of a person be measured by the number of words they speak? Isn't kindness worth more than conversation? Isn't presence more powerful than performance? I keep quiet because my mind is already loud enough. If you are quiet, let this be a reminder. Your silence is not a flaw. You do not have to apologize for who you are. You do not need to force yourself into conversations that drain you, or laugh louder just to prove you belong. Your worth is not tied to your volume. Sometimes, the most powerful presence is the one that listens. And if you love someone who is quiet, remember this: they are not broken, they are not hiding, they are not less. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give them is simply to sit with them in silence. No pressure, no questions, just presence. Because in that quiet, there is connection, deeper than words. We live in a world that celebrates noise, but maybe what we need more than ever is the courage to be still, the wisdom to listen, the strength to understand. I keep quiet because my mind is already loud enough, and in that quiet, I find peace.